Bitch, I am the way your son don't need a gun to get respect up on the street. Under the sun, the best the sun will pop the clock.
Hey, what's up guys, it's Disturbed, and today I'm going to be doing a quick review on the DeadEye Gearset. First, let's take a look at the set bonuses, and then we'll talk about if it's any good or not. So for the 2-set bonus, it gives you 20% additional marksman rifle critical hit damage, which is a pretty nice bonus, but I don't really think it's enough to make the set usable, and I'll get into that a little bit more in a minute. Now for the 3-set bonus, it gives you an additional 40% initial bullet stability. Honestly, I'm not quite sure what this does. I heard SkillUp or somebody else say that it's meant for burst fire weapons like the FAL or the burst fire MP5A4, and that it doesn't really do anything for sniper rifles. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't see any difference with my recoil or anything when using this set, so I think that third bonus is kind of a wasted bonus. Now moving on to the 4-set bonus, it reads, while not scoped, critical chance on marksman rifles is increased to 100%, but headshot damage bonus is removed. So as you can see, when I'm shooting at this target dummy, all of my shots are critical hits, but I don't get any extra damage when I do a headshot, and then when I scope in, it's just like normal. Now, before I say this set is good or not, let's just talk about quickly how to maximize your damage in using this 4-set bonus. First, you'd want to stack crit damage on everything you can besides your magazine because weapon damage is a lot more powerful. But anyways, you would get it on your muzzle, your knee pads, your backpack, your gloves, and you would get the deadly talent if possible. Now that you've done all that, you'd want to replace crit chance everywhere you have it for something else that's better. So on your mask, you could replace it with like skill power, damage to elites, or something else. On your gloves, you could replace it for marksman rifle damage, and on your scope, you could replace it for accuracy. It's not really going to help out that much, but might as well since you're already at crit cap. Now that you've done that, you want to get an SVD. The SVD is the best sniper rifle to use for this set because you aren't really worrying about landing headshots, and you want to be able to spray enemies in the body as much as you can and as fast as you can. And the SVD has the highest fire rate and the lowest recoil of all of the snipers, so it's the best choice when using DeadEye. The M1A is good too, but the recoil is just a bit too severe, so you can't really spray with it, so the SVD is still better. So, after maximizing your crit damage, if you have maximum rolls on absolutely everything and deadly on your gun, your crit damage would be at 167%, and that's the max. Now if you decide to use a precision talent, which you should, it would give you an additional 25.6% crit damage, but you have to get a headshot to make that active, which kind of defeats the whole purpose of the set. But whatever, I'm not really going to add pulse because that is dependent on your skill power, and it isn't up 100% of the time, so it's not completely reliable. But if you are consistent with your shots, it's pretty easy to have the precision talent up 100% of the time. So with precision, your crit damage would jump up to 192%. Anyways, now let's take a look at my headshot damage. So with the brutal talent activated, I have 288% headshot damage. That's just because sniper rifles have a built-in 76% headshot damage. Don't ask me why it's 76%, it does seem like kind of an odd number, but if you do the math, that's what it ends up being. I could be wrong and my UI could just be like bugging out because it does that sometimes, but I added up all my headshot damage together for my gear and on my gun, and I got a 212%, so 76% was left over. Either way, my headshot damage is now 96% more than my crit damage. The reason I bring this up is because for you to use this set, there has to be like a valuable sort of trade-off, and that trade-off is that critting 100% of the time should be better than you having your headshot damage bonus. But unfortunately, that's simply untrue. You'd think that being able to spray body shots at enemies would make you do more damage per second because you're hitting them more frequently and you're critting 100% of the time, but the fact that you're losing 96% damage, it ends up being worse. As I mentioned before, you're going to be using the SVD to get the most damage out of this set, but this gun barely has any recoil as it is, and it's really not that hard to land headshots with it. Also with the M1A, it's not hard to land headshots with at all if you have decent good accuracy. So you can pretty effectively use this SVD and get mostly headshots and be doing much more damage than you could with the DeadEye set on. And on top of that, that's not even mentioning the fact that you can still crit with your normal headshots. The 96% extra headshot damage you have is just for the normal headshots, not even the critical hit ones. So when you're landing headshots that are crits, you'll be doing almost 4 times than you would be doing with the normal crit to the body. And this isn't even to mention the Sentrys call bonus. Overall, I don't want to hate this set because it is a cool design and I kind of like using it, but it seriously just sucks. It ends up making your damage worse than it would be even when not using the set. If you have good accuracy with an SVD, you can land mostly all of your headshots. And if you're using Savage Gloves with a pulse, you can be critting for more than half of those headshots as well, and doing, as I said before, almost 4 times more damage than critical body shots. And if for some reason you don't agree with what I just said, the set still sucks compared to other sets. Go pick up 5 pieces of Sentrys Call with Savage Gloves and compare the damage between DeadEye and that. With Sentry, you'd be doing almost 9 times the amount of damage when you mark them and get a headshot crit, so there's just seriously no reason to use DeadEye at all. So in conclusion, as DeadEye is right now, it completely sucks. In a video that I should upload later tonight or maybe tomorrow, I will go over how to fix DeadEye completely in hopes that the devs see it. Firstly, I have to do the math, and I'd rather just put that all up into a separate video. It'd be a lot easier. But anyways, I'll do that probably like tomorrow or something. But as far as this video goes, that's all I have to say. It's pretty much one of the worst sets in the game because it can potentially nerf your DPS instead of buffing it. And if you're looking for a sniper build, you'd be much better off with 5 pieces of Sentrys Call and Savage Gloves. Anyways, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please drop a like and subscribe for videos similar to this one. I'll see you later, guys.